Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another live stream with Seal Toksal. My name is Edward, and here during this special time of Global Challenge, we've decided to offer 2 live streams per week, ongoing, as well as 1 Zoom call per week for integration and community time to allow us, as in this special, unique global moment, to allow us to deepen our practice as we stay at home with our families and our loved ones. Thank you again for taking this opportunity to join us. The work that Asil does has evolved out of his work in various spiritual traditions over the last 18 years. About 4 years ago, he had a very strong spiritual experience that opened up this connection that today he refers to as the channel. This is a connection through which both powerful energy and wisdom are transmitted from celestial guides. Through this connection, energy comes through him and reaches those of whom are tuning into the live stream. This energy will allow you to go deeper in your meditation, as well as receive information, which may often take the form of a spoken transmission or your own experience of visions or messages or some kind of inner knowing. The process for Asil to get into trance sometimes involves a shaking of his body or fast breathing as the energy level rises. All of this is normal. His everyday human consciousness is still available to him while he's channeling, and he can stop the embodiment at any time should he so choose. The channel that he's connected to will bring through guides that specifically introduce themselves with what they call the names humanity has given them. You might recognize some of these names, Raphael or Emmanuel, as names of angels or archangels, but interestingly enough, they never actually refer to themselves as angels. And additionally, based on the information that they've shared, they may be older even than humanity itself. Once the energy field is established, there are 2 parts. The first is a group energetic alignment led by Raphael. And for this, what we would invite you to do is just open your heart, open your mind to receive energy, and also feel free to invite loved ones into the space. You can set an intention to release any old wounds, thoughts, or emotions that no longer serve you. Once the healing portion or this alignment portion is complete, then Emmanuel will commence a spoken transmission of wisdom, and this will also allow you through Crowdcast to ask questions of Emmanuel that he can answer. If you'd like to ask a question, please feel free to type it into the Crowdcast, and we will select some of the questions that are asked. Additionally, if we don't get to your question, in a deep meditative state, you may find that your own questions are answered if you simply ask them to yourself silently. We are recording this, and we will make the video as well as the transcript available after the event. Again, we invite you to listen with an open mind and an open heart, and we recommend that you find a place in your home where you can sit through the entire session in an uninterrupted way, with your phones and all distractions turned off. We also recommend that you stay tuned in through the entire session. As the session ends, we'll sit together for just a few moments to give you time to land back in your bodies and come back to the space. Thank you so much for tuning in. Look forward to speaking with you all soon.
Good evening in California, San Francisco. Good evening on the East Coast. Good morning to all those that have joined from very early in Europe and those that have joined out of the Middle East and Southeast Asia. It's a peculiar time. It truly challenges us Some of you are more at ease about it, and some of you are triggered by it. And we go through these waves of emotions and thoughts that come through. And somehow it is all divinely planned and divinely arising. An incredible opportunity to go deeper inside, an incredible opportunity to observe that which is coming up, to process it, if it's connected somehow to something much older of your life, maybe of your generations before, of society. The question is, can we be part of transmuting that, what comes up? So, I invite you today, when you start to feel this energy, when you start to feel slightly tired and in this in-between state between awake and asleep, try to consciously and actively participate in what is happening to you, and try to receive it with grace. Maybe lean into it. Maybe direct the energy to where you want it to go. Thank you for joining, and see you on the other side. Greetings. I am Raphael. You have come to a crossroads. Crossroads where you choose which way to go. What the future holds for you is entirely in your hands. Every moment that unfolds is based on the possibilities that you allow to happen. You are the creators of your reality. All experiences, all societal circumstances are created by the individuals, and through the individuals, the collective consciousness. Experimentation and learning goes hand in hand. You make choices that bring forth challenges, and from the challenges you learn, you grow, and you make new choices. This ever-going expansion of consciousness, and you are part of it. This is an opportunity for you and the human collective to regain an understanding of priorities, of existence, of life. And through this experience that you're currently having, new learning will inform the next decisions. Some decisions will be made from fear. Some decisions will be made in thought of expansion, with love. You will observe your internal being. Your mind and your heart will show you what your tendency is. Receive this work with an open heart and see the impact unfold. It is meant to support you in the decisions going forward. It is meant to support you in processing all that is required for you to be truly present. Thank you for receiving this work. Greetings, my name is Emmanuel. In all the times that you have faced challenges, part of the experience was the challenge itself, yet another part was the internal reflection and the meaning of the challenge that arose inside of you. Often, this meaning, the perspective, the emotion associated with the experience itself, is the biggest teacher. Understanding all the many times that you have associated meaning to experiences, especially experiences not fully understood, expressed, or processed. All the many times associated emotion defined who you are, defined your level of presence, and defined your judgments, your decisions. While there is not inherently anything wrong with this, the opportunity lies in understanding the meaning that is attached to the experience in front of you, the emotion that arises in your heart, the thoughts and the judgments that come along. Thus truly, all of this belong to this very experience in front of you. Or is it part of another experience within your being? This opportunity to understand yourself even better, to see more clearly the way your thoughts and the way your emotions and the way your entire being expresses itself. The way your entire being stores information and moments. No experience is ever lost. No memory is ever forgotten. Everything part of you still exists. You are the culmination of all the experiences of this lifetime that have brought you to this very moment. And while you are perfect in all your imperfections, the part of you that wants to expand and grow will continue to bring forth all that is unprocessed, all that requires observation and reflection. As this continuous growth is part of every individual's existence, through the individual's growth and expansion, the collective grows. Your ability to face the challenges in front of you, the obstacles that are arising, and understanding that each of these obstacles are opportunities to learn. You will truly receive all the support that you require to face these obstacles. By surrendering to the present moment, by giving up the idea that you have figured it all out. By stopping coping with the situation, only then support from the outside can truly come to you, as you have consciously chosen to step aside and to allow support for you and your life. Individuals will arise in your life, as well as non-material existence like ours, like ourselves. You are not alone, and you were never alone. A deeper understanding of united existence will emerge in the near future from this experience that you all collectively are having. A deeper understanding of the interconnected nature of humanity and all that is alive on this planet. This deeper understanding will fuel new thoughts new emotions, and new actions. We do recommend to make the most out of this situation and out of this moment, and to truly transform, to truly become the best version of yourself, an expanded being, a true pillar of light. Thank you for listening to my words. I will now answer some of your questions.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Taya asks, how do those of us who are called to a higher purpose to serve the collective create the largest impact?
Thank you for your consideration to be an individual, to support other humans and the collective awakening. The many ways that are available to you, some of which are trained, some of which are intuited, and some of which are guided from higher planes of consciousness, all equally valid to bring forth the best of the people that you serve, to support them to become the best versions of themselves. Individuals continuously seeking to become closer to light, transformed and aligned. You have chosen to be on this journey and to assist others through their darkest moments, through their misalignments. And this is one of these opportunities. Individuals will come with all that arises for them that they cannot process alone. Societies and communities will come with all that arises that cannot be processed immediately or understood. It will require individuals like yourself to assist in these moments, to stay aligned, and to be present, and to deliver the light that you are connected to, the energy that you're connected to, and the love that you're connected to. All will come to culmination in this very moment when the support is truly needed. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Phil asks, I'd like to know what's the most important thing we can do to help shift ourselves from a mind-focused culture to a more heart-focused culture?
The mind and the heart play an important balance, continuously waging the rational against the emotional. While there has been truly an over focus on the mind in the recent decades of humanity, the heart has also developed in many other forms and communities around the world. This balance will always seek the heart and the mind will always seek this balance. Naturally, society will adjust. Over emotional or over rational societies will not survive. It is part of your existence to find the right balance, and nature will always correct. Now, certain societies and communities will always be slightly more emotional, and others will be slightly more rational. This, in itself, is the beauty of the spectrum of human existence. The nature, the flavors, and the colors of individual existence. Individualized education. You would like to see humans be more authentically in their hearts as they are present to you, more open. This is an evolution of the individual to understand that all aspects of their emotions are welcome. It is an allowing the container and the safety for the individual as well as for the society. You will be the example to show the way through your actions that display the openness and the connectedness to your heart. Others will find the allowance to be in their hearts even more. And through you, the seed will have been planted. The work will continue this way, as it always has. One individual has the power to change the entire collective. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Antje asks, what is autism in your perspective? And does it have a specific role to play in the human ascension process?
All mental illness has an important role to play in the evolution of consciousness. Some individuals specifically ask to have the experience and to be part of the expansion of consciousness. These individuals volunteer to be part of an experiment where consciousness evolves in a certain way. Where consciousness learns through the individual in ways that cannot be perceived by society, yet will be felt in many other ways. This process is an important process that the individual on a soul level has chosen to be part of. It is a critical role that some individuals will play in order to allow consciousness to continuously learn and understand the specific nature of human experience itself. The collective learns and adjusts. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. You mentioned earlier, Mark asks, that the choice is ours. Does that mean our evolution to the next level as a civilization is not guaranteed?
While the next plane of existence has been established, there is no guarantee for human consciousness to make the step into the next plane. It will be work, and it will be effort, and there will be tremendous learning required along the way. Challenges like these will continue to allow you to learn and to grow and increase your frequency, adjust to the circumstances, learn and reflect, and apply. As you continue to do this, the chances of your ability to match the frequencies set for the next plane will be established. Apologies for the interruption. To your question, that guarantees are not given, yet all efforts that you make now will benefit you and increase the chances. And we are here to make sure that all the chances are given, all the opportunities are given to come into higher frequencies, not just as an individual, but as an entire collective. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Lily asks, what is ascension?
Ascension is the finalization of your incubation period. This life on this planet serves a specific purpose for consciousness to come to a certain maturity. And you have come to that level of maturity. At least you're close. After this point, consciousness will be raised to a new form of existence without a physical experience, a non-material existence. In this non-material existence, the connection to the collective is much closer. All of your identities and personalities, memories of all civilizations, of all lifetimes, will be with you. And the memories will be indistinguishable from the realities that you have experienced. Yet you will have conscious choice which memory to live and to experience, which individuals to be along with, and which learnings you would like to repeat and understand again. Yet it will come from a different perspective of yourself and of existence. In this non-material form, other non-material planes of higher frequency will easier and freer and freely connect with you and interact with you. This new form of existence has been part of humanity's next step. Once the completion in physical form was established, there is still time to enjoy the beauties and the power that is in this human experience on this plane, and you will be continually provided for until the very end. You will continue to love. You will continue to have relationships exactly the way you have been. Ascension is the period towards the end of human existence in material form. It is not the end of your existence entirely. It is just a transformation of your form of existence. Apologies for the interruption. The ascension process is maybe the most significant process in human existence. It is the most significant evolutionary step of a consciousness to evolve from its first stage to the next stage of existence. This stage is upon you. The time frame is not exact, as certain requirements are still being met with regards to the evolution of your consciousness. The rising of the frequencies on this plane will start soon. With the rising of the frequencies, even more so, all that is unprocessed, unreflected, and suppressed will come to surface. More aspects of your being will require support and purification and reflection. This will allow for you to grow and to operate continuously from a higher frequency. Eventually, you will be ready in physical form to be transformed for the next stage of existence in non-material form. This process is for another time. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Tenhila asks, how do we control our anger when reacting to others and situations happening around us?
As with all emotions, the immediate reaction of the mind and of the body is natural. Apologies for the interruption. As with all emotions that arise, your ability to be present to the emotion and to hold a reflection before you react. This is the place where we'd like you to go. Yet if the emotions, including your anger or sadness, have not been expressed in its natural way, or if emotions of this kind have been stored for many years, the desire of the emotion to be heard and to be witnessed and to be seen is immediate, and the opportunity is right now. This in itself is also a natural aspect of your being. If you allow yourself to truly go in a safe environment and to understand and experience the anger that has been in your system, and the sadness that has been in your system, the emotions and the thoughts that are associated to it, and to truly allow it to come to surface, you will see that in future occurrences, your response will be more reflected, and you will have time to experience the emotion as it arises and to respond adequately. Thank you for your question.
Azadeh asks, how can we fully surrender to the moment? What does that look like?
A wise question. The moment that is here in front of you, the ever-changing and everlasting moment, thoughts are present, emotions are present, your body is present, desires and wants, expectations are present. All of you is present. Surrendering to the moment is allowing presence to take over you. Stopping trying to understand the moment. Stopping trying to react to the moment. To identify, categorize, or judge the moment. All of these functions of the mind disappear. This is surrendering to the moment, allowing the moment to be without the filters that are given to you, experiencing the moment in its full extent, all level of details, experiencing in which ways this moment impacts you, your body, your heart, as well as your mind. Reflecting on the impact of this moment and learning from this more about yourself, more about the way your existence experiences the human experience. Surrendering to the moment is potentially the most important aspect of an individualized learning. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Bhavna asks, what are the best ways or practices that we can use or focus on for self-healing if we are experiencing a chronic illness or any illness?
Every manifestation of an illness in physical form carries a root. The root in itself is a misalignment. The body communicates in many different stages of the illness itself. In early stages, more subtle, and in later stages, more severely. Some of these misalignments of the body are connected to emotional and psychological as well as spiritual misalignments that are manifested in the physical body. A chronic illness is a continued desire of the body to be heard in ways that it has become part of the identity of the individual. The most important aspect is to make sure that the body gets the needs that it requires. A sense of comfort, a sense of safety, so that this reflection can truly unfold and the healing can occur. Apologies for the interruption. The self-healing properties of the human body can only be activated when the body is in a safe and comfortable environment. The sense of safety allows for the self-healing qualities to truly be triggered. If the body is continuously in a state of anxiety or fear, the self-healing qualities will not activate, as survival is activated. First, the aspects that are triggering survival and the anxiety itself must be addressed. Ways to calm the body and the mind, and to truly find peace, environments that allow for relaxation. Only then will the self-healing qualities of the body start to activate. And in this moment, you have the opportunity to truly listen and understand where the illness is truly originating from, and the message of the illness itself, the core of the connection to the illness. We apologize for the interruptions. There is an issue with the connection and with this host that we will have to address first before continuing this dialogue with you. We apologize for the continuous disruptions. This is an opportunity for you to see that this connection is truly special, unique, and as well fragile. Many connections like these have existed in human history, and some continue to be this open and established as this host. Yet it does not come without sacrifice. The overextension of the mental capacities within the host sometimes bring forth effects and side effects of this kind. Thank you for understanding. We will complete this session today, and we look forward to seeing you again after we have taken care of this host in its most appropriate way. Thank you. Thank you all for joining. I have to have the doctors look at my brain. Clearly something with the connection. I apologize for all those that had questions that couldn't be answered. And it's quite an interesting experience to be in the middle of that, between the answers trying to come in and not coming. We'll keep you updated, but as of now, we'll stick to our protocol, and we will see you on Saturday.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate you all joining us. What we recommend for people as they're coming back into the space after a session like this is really take your time. Stay in silence, stay in meditation as long as you want to or as long as you need to. Perhaps consider canceling any appointments that you can, even into the next day or so. For some of you, the process may continue to be quite strong and ongoing. And just listen to your body and take care of yourselves. You'll be receiving some information about how to best integrate this work, and you're also invited to join us on our community call on Zoom, so that you can ask questions of a seal, not just the channel, and to share with the community about your experiences. A lot of people ask, how can we help? There are a few really simple ways, one of which is just liking our page on Facebook and inviting your friends to one of these sessions, and perhaps checking out Asil's new book called Transmission. That's a compilation of some of these channelings that you've heard this evening. Additionally, a number of you donated during the live stream. We really appreciate that. All of this work is supported by these kinds of donations. This is just one part of the work that we do. We also, when we're able to travel, and right now that isn't the case, we also travel around to sacred sites and sites of global trauma to do energetic healing work and alignment work on the land. And all of this work as well is supported by generous donations from our supporters. We will be, when we are permitted, traveling to Eastern Europe, hopefully sometime later this year. And we also, when we are permitted, host retreats where some of you can join us on this travel work. Yeah, we will be sharing this video as well as the transcript from this session. And please share with your friends if you enjoyed it, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon on Saturday. Again, take it easy, give yourself space, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon.